America! Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the surrender of Detroit. President James Madison named William Hull governor of the Michigan Territory to command the Western War effort in the War of 1812. Hull's primary mission was to capture Fort Malden, the main British outpost in the region, and thereby secure Upper Canada for the United States. Hull's task was formidable for several reasons, but primarily because his supply line stretched for 200 trackless miles through hostile Indian country. Hull arrived at Detroit on July 5th, and 1 week later crossed his army into Canada and moved south to capture Fort Malden. While waiting for his field guns to arrive to commence the assault, Hull received the disturbing news that Fort Mackinac, the Gibraltar of the Great Lakes, had been captured by the British. Its collapse meant that several thousand Indians who had participated in that attack would soon be coming down from the north. And a few days later, a supply detail was ambushed just south of Detroit by Tecumseh and his warriors, which meant that Indians were in significant strength on both flanks. Already worried about his exposed position, Hull returned to Detroit with his entire force on the evening of August 8th. The next day, Hull called a council of war and stated his intentions to retreat to the Maumee River. But Colonels Lewis Cass and Duncan MacArthur, commanders of the Ohio Volunteers, declared that the militia would desert if Hull ordered a retreat, and Hull had little choice but to stay. On August 15th, General Isaac Brock, governor of Ontario, appeared with 1,500 men on the opposite bank of the Detroit River and demanded Hull's surrender. Hull initially refused, but after Brock's entire force, including 600 Indians led by Tecumseh, crossed the river that night, Hull reconsidered. Tortured by visions of a widespread slaughter of the women and children, including his own daughter who had accompanied him to Detroit, Hull ordered a white flag to be raised. In the capitulation terms, Hull surrendered Detroit, the Michigan Territory, and his entire command of 2,200 men. Hull's surrender, combined with the loss of Forts Mackinac and Dearborn, resulted in the greatest loss of territory that the United States has ever suffered, essentially moving the military boundary of the country from the western shores of Lake Superior to the Wabash and Maumee rivers, and it was even doubtful that that line could be held. While all the blame fell upon General Hull, the real cause for the disaster lay with the Jefferson and Madison administration's decision to essentially defund the military over a course of a dozen years. And unfortunately for the country, that negligence would lead to even more disasters. Next week, we'll discuss the debacle on the River Raisin. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.